Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, so glad to have you back in the No Comfort Zone. This is Dan, the No Comfort Zone guy. Hope this podcast finds you well. And I mean that, a lot of craziness happening right now. We don't want to spend too much time on that today because we all know what we all know. I'll tell you what, when it comes to problems and decision making and problem solving and critical thinking and all that stuff, okay, maybe even now, 1%, what's the problem? We've got a pandemic on our hands, right? We know that. Now, 99% is what's the solution. And part of that solution is you. And I mean that. You are part of the solution. Sometimes you just got to do nothing, right? And that some of you are stuck at home right now doing the self-quarantine. Make the most of your time. As I told my people yesterday, now's a good time to self-educate on anything that you thought that was important to you. For example, getting educated on maybe the brands or your products or services that you do. Watching YouTube videos of other experts out there, how they give their presentations, their demonstrations, anything that you can do to sharpen your skills, learn something new. To this day, my wife still watches how-to hair videos. She could do them herself. She could make her own how-to videos, but she's just looking for that one. She'll watch a 20-minute video on a haircut just to find one thing that somebody might be doing. It's very intricate, and I had no idea, nor did I ever care before, but since I see her watching it and see her passion for it, it's kind of interesting to see. Same in your business. When we all do go back to work, and we will all go back to work, we have an opportunity to be a better version of ourselves. So at this moment, when you take the AIDA model, the awareness model of the No Comfort Zone, find out where you're at now. I'm isolated for the next, 18 days or so, whatever it is for you. Illinois shut down. So some people mentally shut down too as well. Emotionally, people are on edge. There's a lot of bad stuff happening internally. Chaos in people's minds and stuff are just so emotional. So what do? You've got to be the sun. You got to be that person that's going to be able to help the next person get through it with a calm, cool demeanor. Keep everyone calm. Is it bad? Yeah, but hey, we're going to get through it, right? Awareness. Where are you at now, right? Identify what could you do right now? What are things that you could work on? Decide what you're willing to do, what you really want on this planet, right? Identify those things, decide what you're willing to do to get there, and then just start taking action. Set up a schedule at home of what you want to do, what you could do, better yet, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Get that stuff down. Write 3 things you want to accomplish today. Let's go for it, right? Because today's all about really, even if you're quarantined or whatever, it's all about accomplishment. Even if you're not in that position, no matter where you're at in the world, if you're not quarantined or this doesn't affect you, which I think it's affecting everybody, because I think it's going to get worse. But fact is that if you do your part, what you're supposed to do, I think in the end, the greater good will be served. We just all have to do our little part of this. So today's podcast is brought to you by Indecision. So I want to give you a rundown. Imagine this. This is my world right now. So we get the message from the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker. So he announces that the state their lives are more important. Saving lives is more important than livelihood right now. Couldn't agree more. 100% on page with that. That makes sense. 100% lives do matter more than livelihood. Then he said, we're going to stay open for essential personnel. Essential personnel, I think it was pharmacies, grocery stores, sanitation, hospitals. There's a whole list of things, but there's a list. So anyway, so essential. The call was made. What we're going to do is we are going to shut down effectively immediately Saturday. So we started to muster, started to move, we had a gathering of what we're going to do. We planned it, and then we started moving things in the direction to make sure we have a lockdown. And we spent probably a little bit too much time on that contingency plan that's now the plan because the announcement was just made. The safety of the people around us. So that's happening. About 30 minutes later, after the announcement was made to all my people and what we're going to do, how we're going to do, what they should do, kind of what I told you in this podcast, about maybe half an hour, 40 minutes later, a letter comes across that Governor Pritzker signed after he made that, who's essential and non-essential personnel. At least this is my perception of it. We get a letter that our business is considered essential personnel. We're a retail store. We sell automobiles and provide service. Highline cars, German cars, and Japanese cars. So I'm thinking to myself, it's Mazda, BMW, and Volkswagen. I don't know if I can say that or not on the podcast, but that's where I'm at. I run a BMW store, a Volkswagen store, and a Mazda store. Beautiful Crystal Lake, Illinois, with a lot of great people. So now what's happening is I have got to change everything that was said. Now, it's not a final decision of what we're going to do, but there's, it's 99%. I think that's the direction that we're going. So now I've got to tell everybody this, and it's funny. Here's what I want to talk about in this podcast. It's the decision and the indecision. We made a decision, and that just isn't changed. Prior to all this, we said that this is a fluid moment, and there's going to be a lot of changes with decisions. Just please be patient. Please roll. We don't know what we're doing. We've never done this before, and we're going to do the best that we can in communication. Any leaders out there, if you have a better way to do what I've done and you want to hit me up, Dan at the No Comfort Zone. I had information, solid information. I sat on that information for a minute because it wasn't life-threatening. Then I processed that information. I communicated it to everybody with an action plan. I think I did everything by the book. And I got buy-in. And then everything changed. And now I have to go back and let everybody know that that is not the case. Here is the situation that we're currently in, and try to stay positive. Some of my managers are really volatile, and I get it. They're tired. They're the emotional roller coasters of the up and down. One of the guys I work with used to be is a Marine, and he was back in the day. He had to go on a couple moves, and sometimes you have to sit on the tarmac, and it's here you go. You're going to go. I was a Marine also, in case you didn't know. Served from 1998 to 1992. Quantico Marine Base was my last place. Headquarters and Surface Battalion is where I was at with military personnel. And I actually ended up getting the Marine of the Year award for, I think it was 1990, and for Quantico and Headquarters and Surface Battalion, and pretty happy with that. But I digress. It's not about me. It's about you right now. So he said it's that same emotional feeling. Are we going? Are we not going? 10 hours on a tarmac, on a airline strip of pavement, waiting to go back if you're going to go to combat or not. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's crazy. And he's feeling the same thing now. And with the uncertainty of where this virus is and how it takes hold of people and stuff, are we in an essential business? I don't know. I truly don't know. Are we essential? I don't know. Tough decisions right now. But the back and forth with the decisions is causing people turmoil. So I'm in a mess right now, and I'm going to focus on what I can. My attitude, my energy, and my focus. I care about people. I think I show that every day I go to work. And I try to maintain a positive outlook. I was called Traeger from Parks and Rec, which is funny because I watched the video and it was hilarious. But tell me about you. What's going on with you? Check in. Let me know. Dan at the No Comfort Zone, or go to the blueprint, thenocomfortzone.com. Greatly appreciate you to download that. That'll help you get through adversity, or even go for your goals right now. Some people find this opportunity to be a massive problem and are stuck in the problem, and other people are looking at it as an opportunity. I look at it as an opportunity to better myself. And what do I mean by that? We'll talk more about that in the next podcast. How about that? But in the meantime, please be safe. Do yourself a favor. It's take care of the people that are close to you. Check in with everyone often. Stay connected, even though we have to be isolated. And more importantly, now is the time more than ever to stay and be positive for the people that you are around, and stay and be positive for the people's lives that you do influence. I hope this message finds you really doing well. I mean that. Today's a day that might just be enough for you to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at No Comfort Zone 1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.